let's go ahead and sink our teeth into this one and find out, okay, how is this going to play out? Markwe?
Yeah, quite a mouthful, trust me. Who is a member of the coalition of the steering committee. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you, my friend.
You're talking to... Well, yesterday, the Coalition for Nigeria movement was launched here in Abuja. And a lot of people are not certain if this is a political party or is this just a... Is it a movement? Well, what precisely is the group about?
It's a movement. It's not a political party, at least not for now. The Coalition for Nigeria movement is a movement that seeks to unify this country, premised on our common aspiration, a better Nigeria. I'm sure any Nigerian who hears a better Nigeria, it resonates with all of us, that we want things to improve and we want things to get better. So that is the focus for the coalition. The word coalition, in literal meaning, means to bring everybody together and unify us for a common objective. How we go about it, how we achieve that purpose, depends on what we do. We'll come together, we'll discuss, we'll come up with a plan, and we'll follow the plan religiously.
Mr. Amori, I just want to ask you, when you look at all the political parties ahead of the campaign, you see that all of them are pledging a better Nigeria, right? In one way or another. One will say we want to change the change. One is saying we're going to continue the change. You're now saying a better Nigeria. For Nigerians who want to know what the difference would be, if this metamorphoses into a political party, because like you said, it's just a movement for now, what would the difference be?
Well, from the beginning, from this launch, I'm sure if you look at the process that has brought about the coalition, one thing that is evident is that we're not going to be conventional. The movement isn't just saying, okay, we want a better Nigeria. The movement realizes that a lot of issues have grossly disunited this country. And the beginning of a better Nigeria starts with unifying, cleaning out the lines. And if you look at the logo, you would see two hands upholding the nation. And what resonates with the map is that there are no lines, there are no divisions. It's a green map. And that's the purpose. If you look at it, you would see that the focus for the coalition, our focus, is to have every Nigerian. Those two hands represent you and I, and the 194, 95, or 96 million other Nigerians, moving the nation up.
I'm wondering what the connection is between this group and the one suggested by former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
Well, a lot of people have said Obasanjo's Coalition for Nigeria movement.
Are they not correct?
Well, President Olusegun Obasanjo, I would say, lent his voice to issues that have been resonating in our minds. Nigerians want more. We want something better. We want a system in place that guarantees certain basic rights, that gives every Nigerian a social safety net, that guarantees our socio-economic rights, security, education, healthcare. But you see, we have confined our anger or our pain or our frustrations to social media channels, to WhatsApp groups, to newspaper stand conversations, to pockets of events. But what President Olusegun Obasanjo did was to lend his voice on a larger scale and call for a unification of every Nigerian. The coalition is open to every Nigerian 18 years and above. Whether in the PDP, whether in the APC, whether in ABGA, whether in ADC, any party, the plan is let's come together and have a common front for one purpose, a better Nigeria. How we go about it is for us to sit down and discuss.
So they're correct then. You're building on President Obasanjo's
of course, we're building on.
I'm wondering how come this was able to materialize so quickly. He spoke about it last week in a letter which he made public. This week there is a launch, a big launch, at the International Conference Center here in Abuja. Was this something that was pre-planned?
No, well, the word big is relative. So, well, the launch was planned in a couple of days. Like-minded Nigerians have been thinking, and when the press release came out from his office, we saw it as a good time to come together and make this work. You know, there's something with being at the right place at the right time and keying into the moment. What that press release has done is rally Nigerians together. It doesn't take much for us to sit down and come together. Send out a couple of invitations. It was the Yaradua Center that was used. It wasn't a stadium.
Pardon, yes, it was the Yaradua Center.
It wasn't a stadium with, you know. But what would resonate with you? I'm sure your reporters that were there would tell you that we ran a free-sitting policy. We ran an open system where everybody mixed with the crowd. So you had lawmakers, you had politicians, you had powers that be, you had a lot of people mixing with the young people. When you come in, you're the first person, you sit on the first seat. If you come in at minutes to the end of the event, you sit at the last seat. That's the plan. And we use the Yaradua Center for very strategic reasons. We're rewriting the narrative. The plan, and when we sit down, is to rewrite the narrative, is to make things more ideological.